Men are creators. This is not metaphorical. Look at the world around you: buildings, governments, businesses, art, technology, wars, peace treaties, empires. Almost every major historical epoch was initiated or shaped by the decisions of men who recognized their ability to shape time. In a world increasingly disconnected from the sacred and deeply immersed in noise, distraction, and ego, we have forgotten the magnitude of our power. Most walk through life unaware of the potency they carry, the power to create, to destroy, to lead, and to shape the future not just of themselves, but of nations and generations. Especially in men, there lies a dormant God force, often buried beneath conditioning, weakness, and passivity. The call today is simple but fierce. Start acting like a God who remembers his seed creates life, and his decisions shape kingdoms. This is not about arrogance. It's about awareness of your power, your responsibility, and your legacy. It's about remembering that what flows from you, biologically, emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, has the power to build or ruin entire lineages. Whether as a father, a leader, a creator, or a thinker, you leave a trail behind. The question is, will your trail be that of ashes or architecture? Remember the power in your seed. You are a creator of worlds. Your seed is not merely biological. Though, biologically, it carries half of the blueprint of a human being, something to be honored with reverence. It also represents a metaphysical seed, the ideas, principles, values, and visions you implant into the soil of reality. Semen is not just a biological fluid, it is the essence of life, the condensed energy of potential kingdoms, empires, and dynasties. When retained, this energy transforms a man into something beyond mortal, something divine. Men today have forgotten this truth. Men are creators. This is not metaphorical. Look at the world around you: buildings, governments, businesses, art, technology, wars, peace treaties, empires. Almost every major historical epoch was initiated or shaped by the decisions of men who recognized their ability to shape time. To forget the power of your seed is to forget that you are a channel for life itself. A careless man spills it everywhere, in thoughts, in behavior, in action, depleting himself. A wise man preserves it, wields it, and directs it. He understands his seed is sacred, and sacred things are handled with discipline. Dominion begins in discipline. You cannot rule the world if you cannot rule yourself. Discipline is the first sign of divinity in man. Gods do not bow to impulse. They command it. They don't scatter their energy chasing every fleeting desire, they direct it. Just as a river, when contained and focused, can power entire cities, your energy, when channeled through discipline, becomes kingdom-forging. Every decision you make either strengthens or weakens your inner kingdom. What you eat, how you sleep, whether you keep your word, sovereignty over self precedes sovereignty over others. Whether you resist temptation or indulge in it, these are not small acts. They are royal decrees. And they echo through time. Discipline is not about punishment. It's about precision. It is the blade that cuts through chaos. It is the guardian of your vision. Without it, you're not a king, you're a commoner in a golden robe, playing pretend. Sovereignty over self precedes sovereignty over others. You want to lead? Start with yourself. You want to rule kingdoms? First rule your thoughts. You are not just a man. You are a potential god among men, but only if you reclaim your sovereignty. That means no longer being a slave to comfort, lust, fear, or emotion. You feel them, yes, but they don't dictate your path. You choose your path. The modern world tries to sell you comfort as success, pleasure as purpose. But gods don't chase dopamine. Gods build dynasties. The sovereign man leads himself with vision. He wakes with purpose, speaks with clarity, acts with conviction, and walks with the confidence of someone who knows the earth responds to his steps. The father within, you are always planting something. Every man is a father, whether he has children or not. Because every man is planting something into the world, ideas, legacies, energies, and beliefs. The father archetype is not merely biological, it's ontological. When you write, you father a thought. When you lead, you father a direction. When you love, you father healing. When you abandon, you father wounds. What kind of father are you? What are you impregnating the world with? There is a reason ancient traditions taught young men to revere their seed and their words. Both give life. And life, once created, multiplies and evolves beyond your control. A child raised in anger can become a violent man. A single idea can become a revolution. Act with the knowledge that everything you plant now will one day harvest, either into harmony or destruction. Every drop of semen contains the blueprint of life. Biologically, it carries the potential to create another human being, an entire lineage. When spilled carelessly, that power dissipates. When retained, it is reabsorbed, fueling the body, mind, and spirit with raw creative force. Ancient civilizations understood this. The Egyptians revered semen as the seed of Ra. The Hindus called it ajas, the vital energy of the gods. The Greeks believed Zeus retained his seed to maintain his divine authority. Modern men ejaculate into tissues, wasting their essence on fleeting pleasures. Gods do not spill their seed, they wield it. The weight of decisions, your crown is built with consequences. Every decision you make is a stone laid into the architecture of your kingdom. There is no such thing as a neutral action. There is no such thing as a moment without ripple. The man who remembers this walks differently. You choose to stay silent, your silence shapes. You choose to speak, your words shape. You choose to commit, your loyalty builds. You choose to betray, your betrayal topples. Don't betray your life force. Men who forget to seek escape. They make decisions carelessly and act surprised by the consequences. But the man who acts like a god, he understands he is not simply reacting to life. He is creating it. Every moment. You were not born to be passive. You were not made to merely survive. You were made to rule, and rulership requires responsibility. Every time you say yes or no, the universe aligns itself differently. So choose wisely. Speak with intention. Move with awareness. Retain your seed. Cultivate your kingdom, from inner order to outer influence. Your first kingdom is the self, body, mind, spirit. Your second is your domain, home, work, community. Your third is your legacy, what you leave for those after you. Too many men try to build the third before establishing the first. But your outer kingdom will always reflect the state of your inner one. A chaotic mind cannot lead a peaceful people. A lust-driven heart cannot create loyal institutions. A fragmented soul cannot inspire unity. Start inside. What do you worship? Because every man worships something. What governs your decisions? Principle or impulse? What do you tolerate in yourself that you wouldn't tolerate in a king? Order your kingdom. Clean your temple. Build rituals of mastery, not habits of mediocrity. You are your own sacred architecture. Treat yourself like you matter, because you do. Lust, love, and legacy, mastering the sexual force. One of the most divine, and most misused, powers a man holds is his sexual force. Mismanaged, it turns him into a slave. Mastered, it turns him into a creator of worlds. You are a life giver. The literal seed of your body creates generations. To squander it in lust, addiction, or unconscious behavior is to throw pearls before pigs. What if every sexual act was treated like a sacred ritual? What if every partner you chose was seen as a co-creator of your lineage? What if you recognized that your sexual energy was also your creative energy? Your seed is not just for pleasure. It is for purpose. Preserve it. Master it. Learn how to transmute it into art, leadership, strength, and creation. When you do, you walk differently. You no longer chase. You attract. You no longer grasp. You give. You no longer scatter. You seed. Building the kingdom, your vision is your responsibility. You have visions. Maybe you've silenced them. Maybe you've let the world mock them out of you. But they're there. You see futures in your mind. You imagine buildings, systems, families, legacies, changes. Don't ignore them. Honor them. Your vision is not random. It's divine instruction. You are the vessel through which it wants to become reality. If you don't build it, who will? If you don't speak it, it dies. Building a kingdom is not easy. It takes sweat, sacrifice, and solitude. But so does wasting your life. One just has a better return. Stop saying one day. Stop blaming your past. Start building. Start now. Even if it's one brick a day. A kingdom rises not through leaps, but through legacy-laying consistency. Pain is fire, not fetters. You have wounds. Every man does. But wounds are not weights unless you refuse to heal them. Until then, they rule you. Your pain, when alchemized, becomes power. When ignored, it becomes poison. You were abandoned. Become presence. You were betrayed. Become loyalty. You were unseen. Become vision. The God within doesn't avoid suffering. He enters it. He learns from it. He transmutes it into wisdom, compassion, and strength. Fire does not only burn, it refines. Let every scar be a symbol of your transformation, not your defeat. Walk like the earth was made for your steps. A man who knows he is divine walks differently. Not arrogantly, reverently. He knows that every step leaves impact. He knows that every action creates waves. He knows that time bends to vision. He knows that his presence shifts rooms. And most importantly, he walks with humility, not ego. Because he knows his power is not to control others, but to serve a greater cause. He leads not for applause, but for responsibility. He creates not to inflate himself, but to reflect the infinite. You don't need permission to start living like this. You need remembrance. Remember who you are. The call to kingship. Start acting like a God who remembers his seed creates life, and his decisions shape kingdoms. Because you are one. Every moment you delay is a moment wasted. Every excuse you hold is a throne left empty. Every indulgence is a betrayal of your legacy. This is your time. Reclaim your discipline. Reignite your vision. Refine your purpose. Rebuild your kingdom. History is written by men who mastered their energy. Julius Caesar, known for his legendary discipline, ruled Rome with an iron will. Leonardo da Vinci believed retention was key to genius, never married, and left behind immortal works. Nikola Tesla attributed his visionary mind to celibacy, calling it the elixir of the highest intellect. Meanwhile, the masses spill, scroll, and surrender to base impulses. They are ruled by desire, not will. A god retains. A peasant ejaculates. Every decision a man makes is either an investment or a depletion. Spilled seed equals lost creativity, weakened resolve, diminished presence. Retained seed equals fortified will, amplified influence, the power to bend reality. A god does not waste his energy on cheap thrills. He channels it into conquest, business, art, leadership, legacy. Power consolidates around the man who cannot be distracted. This is not attraction. This is dominion. He fall of kings who forget. History is littered with rulers who fell because they surrendered to lust. Samson lost his strength to Delilah's deception. Napoleon wrote lustful letters to Josephine before battles, weakening his focus. Modern CEOs, ruined by scandals, drained by hedonism. A single moment of weakness can collapse an empire. A god does not falter. And above all, remember, you are not a spectator. You are a creator. Speak like it. Act like it. Live like it. Because the world is waiting for the return of gods, not in mythology, but in men who remember the sacredness of their power. Every decision you make, what you eat, who you entertain, how you spend your energy, shapes your kingdom. Spill, and you will be forgotten. Retain, and you will be feared, revered, and immortalized. The choice is yours. Act accordingly.